this is Jody Sosna here with Mike Moulton, Home Solutions, and we are doing video number 19 in our 20 video series addressing concerns that home buyers have here in the Charlotte, North Carolina market, whether they're buying a traditional home, going into a foreclosure situation, or maybe trying to get a short sale. There's a lot of questions that are involved when people are, maybe getting a loan for the first time, buying their first home. One of the questions that keeps coming up is, what is this thing called PMI?
Yeah, that's basically private mortgage insurance, and a lot of lenders are requiring it if a buyer doesn't have at least 20% down. A lot of ways people were avoiding it back when in the good market before the big bust of all the banks is they would get like what they'd call an 80-20 loan, where they'd have a first mortgage for 80% of the purchase price and a second mortgage for 20%. Now those deals aren't available. You can ask your mortgage consultant, but they might have some better deals. But typically, if you're going to have to pay PMI, it insures the lender against default on the property, and it might be somewhere, I don't know exactly what percentage, each one's a little differently, but for example, you might have to pay an extra $100 a month on your $1,000 loan to have PMI, so your payment would be $1,100.
And what happens, so if you buy the house with less than 20% down, and eventually you get to where you have 20% into the home, will that go away?
No, and that's the biggest misconception about PMI, is some people will keep paying that extra $100 a month in my example for years, but the rule is once you get over 20% equity in your home, you need to go through a formal process with your lender to get the PMI waived, and then that payment goes away. It takes a little longer in today's market because home values aren't skyrocketing. They're either flat or declining, even though we'd like to say we're close to the bottom of the market, but who's to say?
So it's probably a good idea, even for homeowners that are already out there with homes, to check and see if they have 20% in their home, already have paid down 20% of their note.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if they're still paying private mortgage insurance, they might want to look at canceling it. Maybe save themselves some money.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, I think that's good information, and thanks, Mike.
Yep.
Jody and Mike from Home Solutions. We'll be back.